Hello, everybody, and once again, welcome to Synonomics. Today, I thought to extend my previous discussion on money meditation, and I realized that covering meditation or yoga and all those broad topics is not really a good idea in a haste. We shouldn't be covering that in one or two episodes of something like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that. So, I think I should start a series of that and give an in depth knowledge and analysis of that. So, here I am. Let's start with that. So I'm starting the first part of that, first part of meditation and yoga. So let's look at that, where it originates from. So everybody's talking about meditation, yoga, and all those things, but hey, what the hell is it? Let's look at it. So yoga was actually a book, sutras written in 2 BC. Yes, you have heard it right. 2 BC by Patanjali. It has 195 kind of verses. And all this meditation, creative visualization, and all the other stuff that you're hearing about, transcendental meditation, etc., are derived from that. So let's understand first, what is yoga? So the definition of yoga is yoga chitvritti nirodha, means it's an inhibition of fluctuation of mind. Basically, it focuses on peace of mind. At the end of the day, what everybody wants to achieve by yoga: physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Yes, that's right. So yoga has Ashtangic yoga. There's 8 parts to that. And we'll cover that one by one. So these 8 parts are actually Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Let's go one by one. I'll explain that for you. So Yam is something which actually focuses on the external environment. Yeah, and it actually tells you what you don't do or you shouldn't do. For an example, truthfulness, non-violence, non-stealing, chastity, etc. And you can add, there are 5 parts to that actually. You can add others also. So the second one is actually Niyam. And Niyam is just like rules. And this is a little bit focused on the internal side, how you can actually form some guidelines and work on that for your inner peace. And again, this talks about peace of mind, concentration, contentment, happiness, etc. Yam, Niyam, and then third is Asan. Asan is actually the posture. And what is posture? Posture is basically whatever gives you the comfort, Sukhasana. So meditative posture is actually the posture which gives you comfort and convenience. It shouldn't be discomfortable, right? If you're doing asana, if you're doing yoga. So that's asana. And all the other yoga and yogic positions, yogic asanas are that. Whatever you're hearing, or many of you have been practicing, must have been practicing. So all of those are part of asanas. Fourth one is pranayam. And pranayam basically deals with the breathing techniques, the control of your breath. And here, pranayam is the point where actually the meditation starts. Before that, it's pretty much physical activities, physical asanas, physical exercises. But from pranayam, you need to focus on the breathing exercises. From your physical awareness, now it comes to your breathing awareness, breathing exercises. And then is pratyahar, prati-ahar. Prati means against, and ahar means to fetch. So it's withdrawal of the senses, pratyahar. So again, the point is very simple. Out of all these external things that we focus on, now at pratyahar it tells you to withdraw from all these external forces, external activities to your inner self. internally, and that's what's called inner engineering and other things as well. So you need to concentrate on that. You need to focus on your inner self to find peace with yourself. That's what pratyahar is. Actually, it's a transitionary phase. Actually, it's a transition between the first four and the next four that I'm going to discuss. The first four talks about the external portions of that, whereas from pratyahar you start focusing on the internal part of that, your self knowledge, your mind, your soul, etc. So it's kind of a transition. Then comes dharana. Dharana is nothing but concentration. So before we do anything, you need to concentrate. If there's no concentration, how will you achieve meditation or creative visualization or yoga? Concentration is really, really important. There are multiple techniques to concentrate. One very important one in yoga is called tratak, where you actually see the flame of the candle and concentrate without blinking. Of course, it's difficult, but you need to practice that. And after some time, you prolong the blinking intervals. And that's what it is. Basically, that helps you to develop very strong concentration. After dharana is dhyan. Dhyan is contemplation, self-realization, introspection. And after that, the eighth one is samadhi. Samadhi is again pulling it all together, focusing yourself to unity, to the union, to the superpower. Is actually trance. So these are the 8 parts of yoga. And as I mentioned to you, the first 4 is pretty much deal with the external elements, and the last 4 deals with the internal part of the self-knowledge, self-realization, contemplation, etc. Meditation is all derived from that. So from pranayama onwards, when the breathing technique comes, meditation kind of kicks in. So what is meditation? So meditation is basically the process of focusing on your inner self and realizing the present moment. That's what meditation is all about. And all these techniques that I described, all the 8 of them, and very specifically the last 4 of them, are basically the meditative techniques. A lot of books have been written on that, on the meditation. A lot of names have been given to meditation. But hey, let's look at that. What's the apple-to-apple comparison to all of these? So we look at 8 meditative techniques or 8 types of meditation. The first is mindful meditation or mindfulness meditation. Actually, this is a very popular Buddhist meditation practiced in Buddhism. And again, it talks about same thing, to control your mind and focus inside. Or in other words, to control your thinking, regulate your thinking, and focus more towards your brain, towards your mind, to achieve the peacefulness. The second one is spiritual meditation. That meditation is to concentrate more from the religious and spiritual purposes to understand your spiritual goals, basically, or whatever religion you are practicing, to focus on that, to understand the spiritual and the religious beliefs, principles, etc. Third one is actually focus meditation, the one that I described just now, dharana, concentration. And as I mentioned already, the tratak is one part of that, and the whole idea is basically to focus, to develop the focus. If you don't have the focus, how will you meditate? So that's the basic thing actually. And the whole idea is to concentrate on something, bring your whole attention towards that, and let not wander. Let your brain not wander around. And that's what it is. focus meditation. And then comes the movement meditation. Guys, yes, that's a meditation as well. We all know about some of the Chinese practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, all of them. But hey, walking is a meditation also. Running is a meditation as well. So many of you who are marathon runners, ultra marathoners, must be knowing that. In fact, there is a book, Slow Burn, written by Stu Mittelman. He actually talks about this meditation for marathoners and ultra marathoners. And it says that, and for some of you who don't know, the full marathon is 42.2 kilometers and ultra marathon is 84.4 kilometers, by the way. So it's really, really a long and hard task, a long run. But what happens at the time of 25, once you reach 25 to 30 kilometers, you actually hit the wall. Yes, that's what it's called, hit the wall, where you feel like, stop it, man, I don't want to run anymore. So psychology is kind of a psychological barrier every runner feels at that time. And there are plenty of other techniques to overcome that. Stu Mittelman actually talks about meditation there. He says that once you are running, you just feel that you're holding a butterfly in your hand and you're moving your hands like that. Same thing with your leg. You just feel that you're cycling, you're pedaling. And come to a stage where you feel that you're continuously doing that without feeling the stress or the tiredness out of that. On top of that, he also says that, hey, once you feel that way and you're a little bit drained, think that the guys running in front of you are actually pulling you. So there is a rope or a string, and those guys who are running in front of you, they are pulling you, and you are just doing the pedaling. And you can continue running for a long stretch with that. So guys, meditation is pretty much used in sports and a lot of other areas. Even in the golf and others. When you look at the golfer, they bring their club very close to the ball, but they don't hit for the first time. And then they look up, they visualize that the ball is flying all the way and going to the right hole. And then the second time they actually hit it. So all these are actually quite popular right now. It's well accepted, well practiced, very popular. So that's the movement meditation. Mantra meditation is another one. In order to concentrate, it's a combination of spiritual and others. In order to concentrate, you actually recite the mantras. For example, Om. Om is a very popular one. And there has been a lot of research done in US, some of the universities there, that what's the implication and the benefits of this sound wave, Om. So Om is like one of them. Or if you know other mantras, for example, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Hong Jung Sa, whatever mantra you know, whatever religion you practice, you can do that. And that's what is mantra meditation, where you concentrate by reciting the mantras continuously. There are other ways to do that as well, like the beads and all those. The whole idea is basically to develop concentration. And then is the transcendental meditation. Guys, transcendental meditation was made very popular by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in something like 1950s. And transcendental meditation is nothing but it's a silent mantra meditation. So it's essentially mantra meditation, but it's silent. And it has its own benefits, by the way. And after the transcendental meditation comes the visualization meditation. And before I come to visualization, there's one more actually, loving kindness meditation. Because if you look at all of us, we are living in a very tough world, I would call it. There's nobody who is completely at peace. Everybody has some problem or other with something. It can be a person, it can be a thing, it can be himself, whatever. So we are not happy, we are unhappy. So this loving kindness meditation is actually to concentrate and develop the kindness and love towards the people you know. Forgiveness, acceptance. Accept the way people are. The challenge is that we all want to change things. We want to change things. We want to change our friend. We want to change our kids. We want to change our spouse. We want to change everything, man. And that's where the problem comes in. Once you start accepting people the way they are and appreciating that, develop kindness, love, things will be very different. And this loving kindness meditation focuses on that. And the eighth one is visualization meditation, where you visualize, where you concentrate, visualize, and try to achieve things that you want to. I had covered that a little bit earlier as well. It's also called creative visualization. Shakti Gawan actually wrote a book, Creative Visualization, and it became very popular in the Western world. I'll cover that in details later. So she's an American writer. Her real name is Carol Louisa Gawain. She went to India, spent 4 years with a guru. The guru gave the name Shakti. Shakti means power. She went back to US, New York actually, and wrote the book Creative Visualization. I will recommend you guys to have a look at that. I'll cover more details on that in the next episodes, because that's very useful for all of us, and it's very fun to practice, where you visualize things. If you want to achieve something, you start visualizing. And the logic is very simple. The whole world is basically energy. We are energy. Our consciousness is energy. Everything is energy. So energies attract and repel each other. And that's where the law of attraction comes in. So I will spend a complete episode on that, creative visualization, what it is, what are the techniques to do that, in my subsequent episodes. I hope you had good fun, you liked it. Give me your comments. Let me know what are the other topics you'd like to hear. If you are already a practitioner of yoga and meditation, leave your comments actually for the rest of the viewers. And if you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe. With that, I'll see you once again in my next episode. Till then, is bye from your friend Pankaj Sinha.